Coming off of a lopsided loss,
not our best football in any area.
Nebraska now looks to drown out the noise.
We have obviously a great test ahead of us.
And secure a bowl bid.
We're not going to live on what happened on Saturday. We're going to keep moving forward.
The Huskers revising the game plan.
We do everything for each other. We do everything for our coaches.
Preparing to battle with the Buckeyes.
You're watching the Husker Roadshow, game day on the go.
And welcome into our Husker Roadshow game day on the go, hour-long pregame show live here in Columbus. I'm Channel 8 Sports Director Nate Johnson. Well, we got a great show ahead for you, from exclusive interviews, in-depth analysis, and more. We'll, of course, also welcome in Jake Holman, Mackenzie Johnson, and Rusty Dawkins over the next hour. So a lot to look forward to. But when we talk about this game, let's start taking a quick look back at last week's game against Indiana, and we will make this brief. But a lot of mistakes led to a lopsided 56-7 loss for the Huskers, the worst of any game in the Matt Rule era, which after the game, Coach Rule said he didn't see that coming. He thought this team played well all week long leading up to practice, but the result would say something else, something he didn't see coming. Coach Rule taking a lot of responsibility for the loss against Indiana, and for a matter of fact, the coaches as well taking the blame for the loss throughout the week. But when you take a look back at the game, it was a combination of a lot of things, and we won't go over them all, but they had a tough time making tackles, a hard time against the run. Indiana going off for 495 yards of offense and a bevy of turnovers. But not only that, it's when they happen. And it seemed like when the Huskers were about to get back in the game, you had Dante Dowdell fumble in the red zone, and when that drive could have ended, in some points. And a great drive to start the second half, ending in an almost pick six. And this team all season had emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle. Well, that bruise showed last week. But enough talk of that. We got a new opponent, one that the Huskers are 1-9 against in their history. Ohio State, the fourth-ranked team in the nation. Nebraska hoping for a little 2011 magic on the road here in Columbus. And fans, I'm sure, are feeling all sorts of ways about this upcoming game. And for more on that, wow, let's head back to Lincoln and check in with our own Mackenzie Johnson, who is live with us. Mackenzie, how are fans feeling ahead of this game, a big noon battle with Ohio State?
All right, thank you, Nate. Excited to be here with you all this morning. Of course, a big game on the way, and some fans are starting to come out this morning, but it's still a little bit slow. It's cold here in the capital city. So I've got Savannah here with me. She works here at Barry's Bar and Grill. Savannah, tell me, what is the environment like on a Husker game day down here?
I would say it's pretty crazy. It gets going. A lot of people get excited. People come in and out, go to different bars and stuff, and we have a great view because of the stadium. On a rooftop, you can see the stadium from here, so it's pretty cool.
I think so. I mean, today's a huge game as well. I know it's pretty slow here right now, but do you think it's going to start picking up here in the next hour?
I think so. I think everyone's going to get a little warm, get their coats on and stuff, and then get going and come out.
Awesome. I know this is a big game with the loss last week. What are some things you think are going to help get people going, excited for the game today?
I think they just need everyone's support from Nebraska and stuff, and
yeah,
I think that's about it.
Yeah. What's the most exciting thing for you to be working here on Husker Game Day?
Probably meeting, I would say, all the fans and stuff. A lot of older people come in and they tell stories and stuff, and they just love the younger crowd that come in.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Savannah, and thank you all for joining us. I'll send it back to Nate, but have a great rest of your Husker Game Day. Go Big Red.
All right, thank you so much, Mackenzie. And I think it's about time we check in with our chief meteorologist, Rusty Dawkins, for a look at our game day forecast. Rusty, how's the weather looking for today?
Hi, everyone. Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins here with the forecast. It really looking like a pretty nice day in Columbus, Ohio. Now, kickoff is at 11 a.m. That's noon out there. They're Eastern time. So we're Central, they're noon. 11 a.m. here, noon there. But so kickoff. really nice here. 56 degrees, partly cloudy to eventually mostly sunny skies, a very light northwest wind around 5, maybe 10 miles per hour. As we get towards halftime, we're looking at a mixture of clouds and sun, but I think there'll be more sunshine than clouds. Light northwest wind picking up just a little bit at 5, 10, 15 miles per hour, and temperatures getting into the upper 50s to around 60. We should hover right around this temperature for a good portion of the rest of the game by about the fourth quarter, into the fourth quarter. Northwest wind at 5, 10, 15 miles per hour. Temperatures pretty close to 60 degrees with mostly sunny skies. So overall, this is really a fantastic, especially if you're a fan, a fantastic day to be at a football game. So enjoy, and let's hope the Huskers bring home the win. And as always, go Big Red.
Go Big Red. All right, thanks so much, Rusty. Really appreciate you as always. Well, hey, don't go anywhere. We are just getting the ball rolling here in Columbus, and we bring Jake Holman when we come back into the action with a few interviews, including 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen. Stay with us.
Dan Osborne.
All right, well, welcome back to Columbus, and welcome back with us, Christine and Dan, who helped us out so much last week. She is back with us, this time showing us the partnership between Runza and the Huskers.
Thank you, Nate. I am here at Runza right now with Becky. Becky's going to tell us a little bit about the Husker partnership. I mean, I'm just learning it's been going on for quite some time.
It has been a very long time. So Don Everett Sr. actually played football for Bob Devaney for a short time, and then decided, you know, college wasn't for him, and his mom had started this successful first location of Runza, and he wanted to see if that was a life that he wanted to have. So once he got it going, he knew the Husker Faithful was a great way to get the word out about his signature sandwich. And so he bought an old mail truck and parked it across the street from the stadium. I envision that's where like Champions Club is now.
Right.
And he just sold sandwiches out of it. And he was so successful at it that Bob Devaney asked him if he wanted to be part of the concessions program inside the stadium.
Pretty cool.
And that's where we've been pretty much every year since the mid-70s.
Well, I feel like if you think of Runza, you think of games. If you think of games, you think of Runza. We've got people who will travel into town and they're like, we need to have a run. We need to have one, like top of the list of what we need to do. How is that relationship now? I mean, it's come so far.
It has. Well, we're still there, and we're so proud to be there. And people will even say that Runza sandwich always tastes good, but it tastes extra good when you're eating in a Memorial Stadium. There's just something about the experience and the sea of red and all of that. But no, we maintain our partnership with Huskers, and very, very proud of football and volleyball and all the other sports that we're aligned with.
I will vouch. They taste amazing regardless, but they always taste better at the stadium. And then somehow when we're snowed in or there's something going on when it's icy outside, we're like, we need to get into the Runza drive-thru, and we're like in the car, cold, downing them. Okay, so there are these hats.
There are.
Whoa. Tell me about them.
I know. So they are Runza sandwich heads, and we have worked with a group of guys from a residence hall floor this fall. They are the guys that show up in the red and white striped overalls and oftentimes painted chest or face or whatever. They show up to the gates at least 4 hours in advance so they can get those premier first row seats, and we've been working with them. We've on some special hats, including the sandwich hat. So it's been a fun year, and it seems like the TV really looks at them a lot. And luckily, the football team has been, great. They've been scoring a lot, and so there's been a lot of looking at the crowd and just a lot of excitement in the crowd. And so we're happy to be part of that this year.
So if I have it correct, it's an exclusive hat. I can't go and buy one.
That is
I can't
correct.
Order one on Amazon. I can't come here.
Nope. We have them, and we will dole them out as we see fit. But nope, they are not for sale.
Perfect. Well, this has been a lot of fun. Becky, I appreciate your time and having us here today. And I might grab a Runza before I leave.
Perfect. We'll get one from the back.
Yes. All right, Nate, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Christina. And let's check in now with our own Jake Holman, who joins us in our Channel 8 studios back in Lincoln. Jake, a lot to look forward to in this game, and we'll get into the weeds a little bit later in the show, but we've got another great interview to help us get ready for the game. Is that right?
Yeah, Nate, I actually got a chance to talk with and hang out with someone that literally talks Husker football every single morning. Jake Sorensen from 93.7 The Ticket gives his thoughts on where the Huskers stand heading into Columbus today.
In terms of what the season can be still, what fans are thinking, I mean, it really feels like it's the here we go again thing, and not a good way.
Jake Sorensen with 93.7 The Ticket, sitting down with us to preview the Huskers and the Buckeyes. From talking about what went wrong versus Indiana to what needs to change for Ohio State, but to also show the fans something they haven't seen in a long time.
Nebraska is already going to be a big underdog, as they should be, against Ohio State. I think right now is at 25.5. Yep. This morning I saw it. That's the spread. And honestly, a lot of fans are going to take Ohio State to cover that. And I know that sounds really sad and depressing and down, but that's how good they are and how concerning things are right now. And that's on Matt Rule to prove that we are different than previous staffs here. We're not the Mike Riley staff. We're not Scott Frost. We're not Bo Pelini. We are a different staff that can come back after rough losses. I don't think anybody expects the Huskers to win Saturday, but can you surprise and hang around? Is it too much to ask for that going into the fourth quarter, it's not backups for Ohio State?
Sorensen, Beatrice born and raised, a UNL grad, and over 10 years of experience talking Husker sports at The Ticket, hopes to see a better fight out of the team this week.
We need to see somebody that wants it more. Like Indiana, I think, and Nebraska are similar talent levels. But on Saturday, that team wanted it way more than Nebraska. Now, Ohio State's going to want it badly. They had the loss to Oregon. They had the bye week. They're trying to get back in. Obviously they're still the playoff team, but they want to make sure they're a playoff team and win the Big Ten.
Nebraska's last and only win versus Ohio State came back in 2011. But if the Huskers can turn the tide and shock the world today, Jake says he wouldn't have the words to describe that.
To beat Ohio State on the road in the Horseshoe after they just lost to Oregon, after they had a bye week, after you got beat by 49 points by Indiana, I don't know how to explain that. I don't even know what that would be. It'd be euphoria. Most surprising win in the history of the program, and that'd be awesome if we were talking about that next week.
While Sorensen gave his outlook on Saturday's game, not favoring the Huskers, he does feel, though, if they can keep it close, it could be a different kind of win for Nebraska.
What is your score prediction? Brutally honest, unbiased, I guess you could say. What do you think plays out this Saturday?
I mean, I don't want people to throw eggs at me and say this guy covers Nebraska media for a living. I mean, I picked Indiana to win last week. I didn't pick them to win by 49 points. I picked Indiana. I'm not proud to say that. Just saying I'm not a homer. I'd like to be a realist. I think Ohio State's gonna win about 49 to 14. You know, maybe you're up down by 10, 14 points, 17 points. And I know Nebraska fans are sick of moral victories, but that's a game where you might actually be okay with the moral victory and hoping you get back on track against UCLA in those 4 games in November.
All right, thanks so much again, Jake, for hanging out with us. Of course, we got a lot more Husker football we're talking, but Nate, I hear you got a chance to sit down with someone that really lives and breathes Husker football. Is that right?
Yeah, Jay, I got the chance to catch up with the legend himself, Coach Tom Osborne. You're not going to want to miss this interview coming up. That interview coming your way next. Just a treat to catch up with head coach Tom Osborne. Welcome back to our Husker Roadshow Game Day on the Go, hour-long preview show. And this next guest is a special one. Head coach Tom Osborne spending some time with us leading up to the matchup with this game against Ohio State. And a big thanks to Coach for his time.
The first question I had for you is, in light of the 400th sellout this year, can you talk a little bit about just the importance and kind of what makes Husker fans different? And you can kind of see that in that 400 straight sellout.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think this is one of the most remarkable things about the football program because I can't envision another school having 7 consecutive losing seasons and still selling out. And granted, those losing seasons weren't bad losses, and there were some good things and some enjoyable things. But our fans have been remarkably loyal, and so 400 sellouts is pretty phenomenal.
Absolutely. And this team this year, it seems like it's kind of turning a tide a little bit. And, you talk in your book about perseverance, discipline, and character. Do you see that in this year's team more than maybe some in the past?
Well, I think that it's important to finish. So I think sometimes when you've lost a lot of key games, your confidence, even though it's not on the surface, sometimes when you're out there and it's 4th and 1 and it's late in the game, you think, oh, here we go again. And so I think getting over that will be important. And I think this year's team probably has taken some steps in that direction.
Yeah, and obviously you know about instilling a culture, and this is Coach Rule's second year this year. Can you talk to maybe just how you've seen him start to instill kind of his method and his ways?
Well, Matt is a very good communicator, and I think one of the most encouraging things is when you look at the transfer portal. I think we had 6 or 7 guys leave, and we had, I don't know, 20 come in, and we may have been had the best record in terms of transfers. And that usually speaks to a sounder culture that people enjoy being here. They like what's going on. And I think generally speaking, that's probably occurring. Matt is a very hard worker. And this is a job where it isn't going to fall in your lap. You don't have a heavy population base. You don't have, when it comes to recruiting time, you don't always have great record or great weather. And but we do have those fans, and we do have some tradition from a long time ago. And I think Matt is taking advantage of that and doing a good job. I don't think there's a team left on our schedule that couldn't beat us or we couldn't beat. And so it's going to be a testimony to endurance and discipline. And I think these players do work hard. I think they had a good off-season strength program. I talked to them one time, and as I looked around the room, they passed the eye test. Obviously developed physically, and so I hope it falls into place for them.
Absolutely. And last question for you. You know, one game away from being bowl eligible, and like you said, you got to take it one game at a time. But to get back to a bowl game after an 8-year stretch, you know, what would that mean to Husker Nation and this team?
Well, I think it would be certainly a significant signpost that things are getting better, because we haven't been to a bowl for some time. And so that's something that at one time was taken for granted. And but I think in this day and age, with the addition of 4 teams from the West Coast and some pretty good teams all the way through the Big Ten, I don't think you take anything for granted right now. And so they're in a good place. And I would anticipate they'll go to a bowl, and I sure hope they do. And I hope they get a couple more wins beyond 500. And so we'll just have to see how it all plays out.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach. I appreciate your time.
And a big thank you to Coach Osborne for spending some time with us ahead of this game. Well, hey, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we bring back Jake Holman into the show to break down this showdown with the Buckeyes. We'll be right back. back to Columbus, Ohio. Ahead of this big new bout between Nebraska and Ohio State. And I think it's about time we brought Jake Homan back in with us. And Jake, let's break this game down just a little bit. You want to start with some stats maybe from last week's game against Indiana?
Yeah, Nate, I think you mentioned earlier in the show, obviously last Saturday didn't go the Huskers' way, right? But let's look at the numbers and kind of find out why. Well, the biggest thing for Nebraska is they struggled in last week's loss. They could not stop the run. As you see there, Indiana averaged over 6 yards a carry. And then something Matt Rule has emphasized all year long, winning that turnover battle. Before last Saturday, the Huskers led the Big Ten Conference in turnover margin. But that was not the story in Bloomington, as Nebraska gave up a season high of 5 total giveaways. And then that Husker defense surrendering nearly 500 yards of offense, having their worst showing all year long. In order for there to be a different story today in Columbus, the Huskers will have to clean up several parts of their game.
Yeah, and, taking a look at how these two teams match up in the box score. Well, Ohio State, one of the best teams in the country on paper. The Buckeyes have the 3rd best defense in the country in terms of points per game, and then a top 10 offense averaging over 500 yards a game. As for the Huskers, they rank 87th in offense, and after last week's game versus Indiana, they now have just the 19th best defense in the country according to points allowed per game. The Huskers could have their hands full today in Columbus.
Yeah, and how do the quarterbacks fare in today's matchup? Well, as I'm sure Husker fans know, Raiola has been exceptionally well all season long, except for last Saturday, of course, versus Indiana. But the freshman still has over 1,500 yards and 9 touchdowns, along with 6 interceptions. As for the senior, Will Howard of Ohio State, well, he's already eclipsed over a dozen touchdowns through the air and has one of the best passer ratings among Division I quarterbacks in the country. And taking a deeper dive into this matchup, well, it requires a trip down memory lane. Nebraska's only win over Ohio State came 13 years ago. And since then, a lot has happened. It's been nearly 5,000 days since Nebraska last took down Ohio State. And today, they have another chance to do so. In fact, it's the only time the Huskers have ever taken down the Buckeyes. They are 1-9 against them all time. But taking a look at these two programs, it's a tale of two stories. Since Nebraska joined the Big Ten over a decade ago, they've yet to win a conference title, only winning the West Division in 2012. As for the Buckeyes, it's a different story. Since 2011, Ohio State has won the Big Ten Conference a total of 5 times, including 5 playoff appearances and a national championship in 2014. What was the world like the last time and only time Nebraska pulled out a win over Ohio State? Well, the Huskers were led by junior Rex Burkhead, who went on to the pros.
And Brady gives to Burkhead, who is bouncing off a tackle and into the end zone for a go-ahead touchdown.
And churned out a 10-year NFL career. Adele's Rolling in the Deep was the top Billboard song of the year in 2011. The infamous original Avengers movie hadn't even hit theaters yet.
My fellow Americans.
And President Barack Obama was still finishing his first term for the United States. And starting freshman quarterback Dylan Raiola, well, he was just 6 years old. And since that lone victory, Ohio State has won 7 straight games over the Huskers, most recently down in Nebraska in Memorial Stadium, led by C.J. Stroud, Chris Olave, and many other young stars of the NFL today. Of course, Husker fans will hope to see a more competitive game on the field today, but Nebraska, this is their first trip to Columbus in 4 years, and the question still remains. Can Nebraska shock the world today, or will Ohio State coast to its 8th straight victory over the Huskers? An 8 fun fact, Nebraska and Ohio State both have over 900 wins in school history, just 2 out of 8 programs that have reached that milestone in the country. But talking about the game that's in front of us, what are your quick thoughts today?
Yeah, Jake, I got a couple of quick thoughts on today's game, maybe 3 keys to a victory, if you will. And it starts on the line. We got to get more of a potent-style running offense. And what do I mean by that? Well, we have 3 seriously solid running backs in Dante Dowdell, Emmett Johnson, and Ramir Johnson, albeit Ramir is out today. But guess who is our leading rusher last week? Heinrich Harburg with a team-high 32 rushing yards. Now, we can certainly use Heinrich as a runner more for sure, but our running plays have to be a little bit more creative to give the backs more room to run and plays downfield. Dowdell had 7 carries for 16 yards against Indiana. That is just unacceptable for someone who rushed 20 times and 72 yards against Illinois and 17 times for 74 yards against Colorado. Give our backs the ball, and our offensive line, well, they need to move some people. Now, we all know running the ball opens up the pass game, and that goes into key number 2. Get Raiola moving a little bit. I don't mean every play, but get him on some bootlegs. And the guy, well, he's money when he is comfortable, and I mean comfortably moving, okay? Key number 3 is get back to throw the bones defense and have some pride in tackling. The season does not rest in this game, but if the Huskers can even put up a fight today, I think it will restore some much-needed pride. And a win, well, that would be historic, to say the least. And, Jake, I mean, we'll see what goes down today, but we got to get that run game going again.
Yeah, Nate, you're right. I mean, you hammered the nail there. Spot on with your analysis. Thank you so much, Nate. And when we come back, we hear from a few Husker players and coaches ahead of Nebraska's 4th Big Ten game of the season. To the casinos. I got a chance to catch up with the Warhorse Casino here in Lincoln to learn more about what Husker fans choose to do with their money when it comes to game time.
The casino draws people for many things. Playing slots, enjoying a nice drink, watching horses race. But for the Warhorse Casino in Lincoln, it draws sports bettors looking to bet on the Huskers games when the team is on the road.
Candidly, it was a lot more optimistic prior to the Indiana game. I think this week it's kind of a make or break on the season.
Nebraska law prohibits any bets on individual college athletes and any Nebraska-based college teams that are playing inside the Cornhusker State. So when the team is on the road, fans start printing off those slips. Nebraska is a 25.5-point underdog to the Buckeyes this weekend and are 10-1 odds to win outright. It's the biggest spread of any college football game today. But there are fans who believe and those who don't.
A little risky, but the payout is just good enough, as well as just my faith in them. They're plus 1,000. It doesn't look good because they're against Ohio State, and I could see it definitely going downhill.
Yeah, I'm just going with Ohio State because Ohio State has a history of going all the way to the end. Not that Nebraska's not a good team, they're just not as good as Ohio State. I got Ohio State winning the whole thing this year.
Jason Johnson, the sportsbook manager in Lincoln, says the day of the games there will be lines out the door. And on average, each week when the Huskers are on the road, a few thousand bets will be placed.
Nebraska will always get some wagers on them regardless, and we'll always have that interest in them from a customer standpoint. And I'm not rooting against or for the players. I want people to have a good time and come out and wager on whatever they like to wager on.
But despite the odds stacked up against the Huskers, as the saying goes, there's always a chance.
Good luck. Keep your fingers crossed. It's sports betting, so anything's possible.
And that 25-point spread we talked about, well, now it's at 26. And thanks again to the Warhorse Casino for letting me stop by. But it's that time once again to check in with our lifestyle reporter, Christina Damp. But before we do, I had to ask Nate, we're talking about Runza. You've got to have a favorite order, right? What's yours?
Yeah, Jake, absolutely, I do. You know, I'm going to have to go with the original Runza with just the meat and the cheese and the onions. You know, that's probably my favorite. But let's check in with Christina Dant, who's got more with Runza and the Huskers and their relationship, how they get ready for game day.
Thank you, Nate. I'm still here hanging out at Runza. I am here with Kent. Kent's going to talk to us about Runza and game day.
That's right.
What's that process like?
Well, that process starts a number of weeks out when we know the game time, the schedule and everything. And then it really starts by sending the orders to all of our stores. All of our Lincoln stores help out with the production on our Runzas. So we don't just base it out of one store. We rely on the work of all of our Lincoln locations. And you know, many things are taken into consideration. You know, game time, weather, the opponent, all of the above to determine how much and how many Runzas we make and bring to the stadium.
So in my mind, I pictured this like magic factory kind of off into, I don't know, right near Memorial Stadium.
Yep.
And you just making, how many do you make? I mean, you said it depends. Let's say for last game that was home.
For the last game, and it was a little warmer day, so we didn't bring as many as we would normally for like a cold weather game. But we did bring over 12,000 Runzas. So on an average game, it's going to be right around 12 to 14,000 Runzas that we make. And we don't make them in one single location, like I said. All of our stores, you know, right behind us here in the kitchen, they'll be producing those Runzas the Friday before every home game, and we pick them up.
So what is the secret for them to be piping hot? It can be freezing outside. Right. It could be in the, you know, towards the end of the game, and I will get a Runza. it warms my hands. It'll still, in a good way, like almost burn your mouth. How do you do that?
Absolutely. Well, the first secret is we wrap our runzas directly out of the oven. So they are coming out of our ovens, and we are placing them down, and we are wrapping them right away so they are at their hottest. And then we place them directly into styrofoam coolers that we have. And we have in upwards of 200 to 300 styrofoam coolers at our stadium. And we place them directly in there, and we put that lid right on there as tight as we can. Yes. And we keep those lids closed until they get to the concession stands, or they get to the hawkers, or anybody else that might have them. So they are piping hot, and they stay hot in those styrofoam coolers for hours.
Apparently.
Yep.
And have you run out?
We
Has
have.
it happened?
We have.
We
try not to. We try not to. But there are certain games where we just have a lot of people that want that runza when they come to the stadium, and they buy them like crazy, and we have run out.
Well, and like I was saying to Becky earlier, it's just when you're at the game, it's just a part of the game.
Oh, absolutely.
And then when they're away,
Absolutely.
Eating them at home. I mean, do you have quite the pickup there as well?
Yep. Yep. I actually have seen some fans buy some on their way out of the stadium, and have them either for a snack on the car ride home, or even after celebrating a win.
Well, Kent, I love that we got to pick your brain.
Absolutely.
Like I said, I'm craving a runza now. It's amazing what you guys do. You've got it down perfect.
Well, thank you.
And thanks for being a part of
You're welcome.
Game Day.
Absolutely. We are very proud to be a part of Husker football.
All right, Nate, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Christina, and thanks again for all your hard work all week long. Wait, we got more coming your way when we come back. We check in with Jansen Coburn of Nebraska Rivals. We'll see you in just a few. And welcome back to our Husker Roadshow Game Day on the Go. Our next guest hails from California, but he has roots here in Nebraska. I got the chance to catch up with Inside Nebraska's Jansen Coburn.
Let's just start with maybe kind of what you do, talk about how long you've been doing it. And, yeah.
Yeah, I work for Inside Nebraska. We're the Nebraska affiliate for Rivals.com. So we cover Nebraska football recruiting primarily. And I do a little bit of a lot of different things, mostly digital work, so photo, video, graphic design, and social media.
And let's talk maybe a little bit about this past press conference. Leading up to Ohio State, obviously a tough game against Indiana. But was there anything that really stuck out to you about that press conference?
Yeah, they seem a little defeated right now. I think the Indiana game took them all by surprise, and all this season they've seemed to be pretty confident. And even after their loss to Illinois, which was a close loss and a good opponent, they seem to be confident still. But this is the first time I've really seen them kind of down. So that was a big takeaway for me.
Especially after that game, it just seems like all the coaches are taking a lot of responsibility for the loss, not trying to put it on the players. But it does seem kind of like Coach Rule said, he didn't expect or he didn't see that coming. So can you talk about the Indiana game a little bit and kind of maybe what you saw in that game and what went wrong?
Yeah, just from the get-go, nothing went right. And I think that's what's really frustrating is like Nebraska can't really hang their hat on having done anything well. And it's surprising too because Indiana's a really good football team. And if you look at all the teams they played leading up to Nebraska, I think a lot of people, not just Nebraska fans, but people nationally would probably look at it and say Nebraska would have been their toughest challenge to that point, and they didn't look like it. They looked like one of the worst teams Indiana had faced, and there was just nothing that went well for Nebraska that day and just left people with more questions than answers.
They go into Ohio State, a team where on paper, even more talented. What do they need to do to be successful or at least hang with the team,
Yeah. Not a lot they can do to hang with Ohio State. If you look at their history ever since they joined the Big Ten, I think they've only beaten Ohio State one time, and the vast majority of the games they've played with them have been blowouts. But they just need to fight. They can't lay down and quit because there's still 5 games left in their season, and a lot of the goals they set out for this season are still on the table.
Well, last question for you. Do you have maybe a favorite memory or two from covering the Huskers, whether that be this season or in times prior, that just kind of really sticks out to you?
Yeah, I haven't been covering them long. I've been following them for a very long time, but I really started covering them in 2022. And I mentioned the Iowa game back in 2022. That was the last time they beat them. That's probably my most memorable experience because that was a really rough season for Nebraska. Scott Frost had gotten fired 2 games in. And it was just a really tough season for the players, and they were 3-8 going into that game. And Iowa was actually going in to compete to win the Big Ten West and playing the Big Ten championship game. And Nebraska came in and threw it all over the yard on them and actually won the game. So it was pretty cool to see the joy on the players' faces, and they stormed the field and took the trophy that they hadn't won in, I think, 7 years. So pretty exciting, pretty fun times.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hoping for maybe a little bit of that magic this Saturday against Ohio State. Jansen, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you.
And again, a big thanks to Jansen for being a part of our show here. And crazy to say it, but guess what? We only got one more block left in our Husker Roadshow game day on the go. We check in with Rusty Dawkins at a last look at weather, bring back Jake Holman for some final thoughts ahead of Ohio State.
Get every
Welcome back to Columbus for the final time in this Husker Roadshow Game Day on the Go pregame show. And let's get one final check with our weather from our chief meteorologist, Rusty Dawkins.
Teams are just about ready to kick off. The game is just about to get started, so let's take one last look at the forecast. And really today is looking like maybe a top 10 day. I mean, if the Huskers come home with a win, top 5 day, top day, probably a top day. I mean, can you imagine that? Just how awesome would that be? 56 degrees, awesome start to the day. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. I think more clouds in the morning. Eventually, we're going to see mostly sunny skies as the game wears on. Northwest wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. As we get into around halftime, you're looking at mostly sunny skies. The breeze might pick up just a little bit out of the northwest at 5 to 15 miles per hour. I think most of it will just be a light breeze, and you can even watch these little flags here on the top of the flagpoles. Probably not going to be very windy, but we can keep an eye on that. Temperatures very close to 60 degrees for most of the second half of the game. That northwest wind at 5 to 10 to 15 miles per hour. Overall, a fine fall day for football, and as always, go Big Red.
That's right, go Big Red, and thanks so much, Rusty. And we'll bring back Jake Homan in one more time before we go. Jake, give me a couple of final thoughts that you have before the big game. I know Coach Rule talked earlier. Do you want to mention maybe kind of some things he said?
Yeah, Nate, he actually mentioned earlier this Thursday a, quote, top 2 or 3 roster in football. Those are the words from Matt Rule when talking about this Buckeye team. So he certainly knows today's contest will be no easy task in Columbus. But, Nate, I'm sure you're excited and ready to go as kickoff is so slowly approaching us, right?
Yeah, thanks so much, Jake. And Jake, thanks so much for your hard work all week long leading up to the show today. A job well done once again this week. Well, hey, let's do it. We are just about ready for kickoff here in Columbus. Thank you again to our sponsors for making this trip possible. And, a final couple of thoughts before we go. Nebraska looking to pull off, well, the improbable, a win over the country's 4th-ranked team in the nation, become bowl eligible for the first time since 2016 and return to Lincoln victors over the Buckeyes for the first time since 2011 and just the second time ever. But it's going to take a lot to make that happen. And a big thank you once again to all of our viewers for watching. And big news, Fox's Big News Kickoff is coming up in just a little bit. So excited to watch this matchup unfold. For now, from Columbus, it's been a great time. Thanks so much, Channel 8. Nate Johnson. We'll see you later.